Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm Andrew Flehan, and this is Shit Happens. Or actually, this is really shit that I talk about that really pisses me off. It's probably going to piss you off too, or if not, maybe down the line, you'll hear something that I talk about in another show that really does piss you off. So, I just want to get started, and I just want to say thank you for coming and checking me out tonight. That's the first thing. I'm just trying to get some shadows taken care of here. Thanks. Anyway, so this show is pretty much about uh, what happened to us as human beings. Um, I feel that we hate each other or we're angry about something. I'm not sure what we're angry about, but uh, I know that we're not kind like we usually were back when I was a kid. We were more kinder to each other than we are now. I don't know if it happens to do with technology, or maybe an alien from outer space came out at night and zapped us all into angry people. No offense to you Scientologists out there. Anyway, I see it every day. I'm a tractor trailer driver. I see it in when I go to a place that I'm delivering to. I never see anyone say thank you, or not just see it or hear it. Hear people saying thank you to someone, or you go to a store and you know, no one holds the door for people anymore. I don't understand. Did we lose this common courtesy at one point? Did technology take it away from us? Was it that are we not being taught that anymore? It really bothers me. It really does piss me off because we're all nice people. I know there's negatives and positives, and they have to come together. But why is there more negative than there is positive? I don't understand these things. For example, I was at the shopping store getting food last week, and I was in an aisle where there were boxes of pasta high up, and there was this older woman, and she was trying to get a box of pasta. She couldn't reach it. And I couldn't tell you, maybe 4 or 5 guys passed her by and didn't even try to help her. I walked up to her and I said, "Can I help you?" And she said, "I want that one." And I grabbed it for her, and she said, "You know, I don't understand why not one person could stop by and help me. Is it because of the way I look? Is there something wrong with me?" I said, "No, I just, people don't care." And I don't want to sound rude, but people in general only care about themselves. They could care less about you or me. They just want to rush to nowhere and do what they want to do for themselves. Um, so I'm not sure what's going on, but that common courtesy thing, holding doors, opening doors for people, um, setting setting an example like to your kids that are with you. I'm not a parent, and I don't want to tell you how to parent your kids, but saying please or saying thank you, you're welcome. I know I hold the door open for people at the store when I go to the store, and they don't even say you're welcome. And I actually say, "Oh, thank you." And they look at me like I got 4 heads. Do they care? They don't care. Why is that? I have no clue. It really bothers me. Um, Elderly people, we can't help them anymore. What happened? Do they? If we touch them, are we going to get a disease or something? I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why we are like we are. We're angry about everything. I see people driving, and I drive a tractor trailer for a living, and I see everything. People are on their phones, and I don't understand. We have these laws about being on our phones, but people still drive with small animals on their lap in front of a steering wheel. That just seems a lot more dangerous to me. But they don't care what you say. Like, they race you to the next traffic light. I don't understand. Why are we so angry? Why do we have to rush to do nothing? Why can't we just say to the person at the stop sign, you could go first, but meanwhile, they don't even stop at the stop sign and they go ahead of you. And then when you honk because they blew the stop sign, they flip you the bird. Why are they so angry? What did you do to them? You're following the laws of the road and they're not. I'm really dumbfounded on people nowadays. We're losing our manners. I mean, we don't. When I was younger, I got slapped if I didn't say thank you, or if I got a gift and I didn't write a thank you note. I know probably there's kids out there that do that, and maybe there's adults that do that. I'm not saying this is everyone, but most of us are negative. Most of us don't care about anyone else. I know that when I go to see a concert, and as you can see behind me, I'm a big Kiss fan, and you would probably not expect it. But when I go to a Kiss concert, everyone, no matter what race they are, height, weight, color, anything, for those 2 hours, we are united. It makes me feel so incredibly just happy because we're singing together. We're just united. There's no negativity. It's great. You look through everyone out in the crowds, and everyone's like weaving together and dancing together and singing the same songs together. And then the concert's over. And then everyone's in the parking lot and they're trying to get out of there. And what are they doing? They're back to normal. They're back to flipping the person off because they cut in front of them in front of the line to get out of the parking lot, or they won't let the other person in to the line, the cars that are trying to get out. It's like become mean again, mean and angry. But for those 2 hours, it was fantastic. The 2 hours was it was like a teaser. And then now the show's over, and now it's back to normal business. Let's be angry at each other, and let's not care about anyone but ourselves. I just don't understand. One of my friends, I'd like to thank Scotty B for bringing this up, and that is when you're driving and there's laws, and one of the laws is when you go to pass someone, you pass in the left lane. And most of the times, if you're going slow, say the speed limit's 55, you're going 50 and you're in the right lane. That's fine. And you want to pass someone, and it's only 2 lanes, and you're going the speed limit, and that person is in the left lane, but they're not going the speed limit. They're going 50. And why are they in that lane? Are they in that lane because they want to have their own lane? And they're that special? It's because they don't care about you. They care about themselves. Why should they care if you want to go over the speed limit and get a ticket if that happens? They shouldn't. But they shouldn't just care about themselves that they're not going to let you pass them. That's what that other lane is for. Or when you're driving up to a 4-way stop sign and the person gets there on the right before you and you stop, but you manage to get in front of them because what? Because you have to be first? Is this life is a big race and someone's going to win? Because I don't think anyone's going to win. And I don't think anyone's going to be the best human there is. That's a laugh. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't. I don't know why we have laws and we don't follow them. Is it we're all rebels and we want to kind of be cool and do what we're not supposed to do? I don't understand. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to us. I mean, there's just so many things out there that pisses me off. These are the things, really, just in general, being a human being shouldn't piss anyone off. You should be happy to be living. You should be loving life, in which I try to do. But when I'm out with other people, it's hard to, because then you have to deal with those people and their problems. You're not dealing directly with their problems, but maybe something's bothering that person that they have to drive erratically on the road and they happen to be in front of you and you want to pass them and they won't let you, so they're going to give you the finger. And let me tell you, being a tractor trailer driver, I am told I am number one a lot. And I mean this number one. It's terrible. I just don't understand why you can't just say, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can pull in front of me. Not a problem. Or it's you're at a light. Oh, no, please be cordial and be like, yeah, okay. I think if we were a lot less in a rush and a lot less angry because we don't like our job, or maybe we don't like our girlfriend or boyfriend that much, or they said something to piss us off, or our husband or wife did the same thing, and we don't keep it with us all day long, that maybe we could get along a lot better. Maybe we wouldn't have to, X out someone on Facebook, which I think is ridiculous. You say something wrong, and then all of a sudden they're not your friend anymore. That just sounds dumb to me. Politically, I know there's a lot of political shit out there, but before this election and during it, people lost a lot of friends. I know I did, because people bullied me almost to the point that I wasn't voting for their candidate. And this is the first time I think it's ever happened in presidential elections in the past. I don't think there was ever a problem with voting. And then social media, where you were friends with someone on social media and they got mad at you, or they called you names because you voted for the other candidate that they weren't voting for. And that happened to me. And I'm not friends with that person because they threatened me. And they actually came to my house and threatened me. And I might have said some things that pissed them off, but you started by telling me that I was voting for someone that wasn't going to do anything for me. My belief is my belief. Your belief is your belief. I didn't tell them that they were voting for someone that was going to do nothing for them, but it became a problem. And would you rather go through life having a lot of friends, or go through life having no friends and no one caring about you? It really kind of upset me. I still think about it. I almost want to call him once in a while because he was a good friend. And I just don't know, because he just keeps writing things and stuff that bothers me. And I don't even try to write anything political on my Facebook page anymore because of that. I did. And I'm not saying during this whole thing that I don't do anything wrong. I do some of this stuff. I might flip off someone at a road because they're in my way and, I want to get going where I want to go to. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because no one's perfect. I'm not trying to be the best human there is out there. I just want to have a nice life. I want to have nice friends. I don't want to see other people that are angry. I'd like to be able to see someone and say, hey, how you doing? And then say, hey, back. Even if I don't know who they are. I like to be able to help someone out if they need help. This bullying thing, that really bothers me too. That really pisses me off, because I was bullied in high school, but that was high school or grammar school. And, I'm not bringing it back up now to be like, I'm going to take this guy to court, which is stupid in the first place. But back then, you didn't think about it. There was nothing back then that bullying was a problem. Now it is, Because why are you bullying that person? Are you upset because you're not like them? Are you upset because maybe they have something that you don't have? Is that why you're bullying them? Uh, I don't understand. Why can't we have friends that are of different races or different heights or different male, female, or if they're gay or if they're lesbian? Who cares? They care about themselves, and you should care about them too, because they're your friends. I didn't mean who cares, like, who cares? I meant, like, who cares what they look like or anything? Because you're their friend because of some reason. They're a person. They're I just don't get why people avoid other people, because I think they're just afraid that maybe that person, maybe they're jealous of that person, or I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time dealing with these things. That's why I'm talking to you on the show, because they really do piss me off. And I just want to see us as a human race to become a little bit more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but maybe a little bit more sympathetic to each other, to care a little bit more about each other. There's so many different aspects that I want to talk about in the upcoming shows. I'm not going to talk about them all tonight because this is only a half hour, up to a half hour. I don't want to talk to you and bore the hell out of you. I just want to tell you what my views are and what pisses me off. And some of these things could be pissing you off too. You know, technology. I'm using technology tonight, and this is a great thing. But is technology hurting us? I mean, I used to love to come home to see who was on my answering machine. I don't anymore because I don't have an answering machine. I have a cell phone, and it's on me all the time. So I'm answering it all the time. When I'm driving, I don't answer it, but as soon as I take my break or I come to the side of the road, because driving a tractor trailer, first thing, we're under different laws than you with your cars. So if I get pulled over with my phone, or I get a speeding ticket or anything like that, my fines are doubled, and I'm paying the fines. It's not the company I work for, and I'm under a federal license, so my penalties are a lot worse. So I need to have a clean driver's license in order to drive a tractor trailer. But when I check my answering machine on my cell phone, then most people don't leave a message. They text you, and you see that. There's no like surprise anymore. You have social media. People get in contact with you with social media constantly, and that's what technology is doing. But is it hurting us in some way? Meaning, the kids do their homework on computers. They have spell check. Do they know how to spell things, or are they using spell check? Do they know how to write? I worked with someone that didn't even know how to sign their name at one point. That bothered me. You don't know how to sign your name? Because you learned everything on a computer. So why would you have to write with a pen or a pencil? I mean, this is just gets to be crazy. I think technology is good to a point, but it's happening so quick, we're not moving with it. So what I mean is that the technology is happening so quick that we have to learn to catch up with it. And it's not giving us time, I don't think, long enough time to get there. So, we're already it's almost like holidays. It's Christmas, but on the shelves at the store, they got Easter stuff up already. We're not having time to get to that point yet because we haven't gotten to New Year's, and Valentine's Day, but it's already Easter on the store shelves. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. We're not moving with time. Time of technology is ahead of us, and we're trying to catch up to where it's at. That's what I feel. And that could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing, because how are we teaching our kids? Like I said, I'm not a parent, and I'm not trying to tell you how to teach your kids, but these kids are seeing what we are doing. We're hating each other on the street. We're causing fights. We're there's so many things that bothers me out there. Why can't these kids that have to steal from people, why can't they just go out and get a job? These people on the side of the streets, when you're driving down the road and they say, I need money for food, why can't they just go out and get a job? Or they're homeless. Why can't we help them? I don't understand. Why can't we help them? That's a political thing, I think. We help everyone else, but we can't help ourselves. And that must look like the other countries that we're a joke, when we can't help our own. There's people on the streets in New York City and everywhere that have gone to, that are living on the streets, living out of their cars. They have kids, but we can't help them. But to me, they can't even help themselves. Get a job. Go out and try to find something, even if you're making minimum wage, which is now going to be $15 in some states. That's not bad. But why can't we do this? Why can't we just get to that point where we're not thinking about looking over our shoulder, who's going to come after us, or who's going to block us off on the road, or who's not going to help me, or who's not going to say hi to me, or who's not going to thank me for doing something for them that I've been nice to them? I don't understand. Why are we taking things out on other people because of the problems that we're having at home or at work or wherever? It's really just starting to aggravate me. It seems like concerts and like Hurricane Sandy affected where I lived, and we all banded together, united. And now it's 5 or plus years later, and we're back to where we were. We're still fighting over at the traffic light of the street on the 2 lanes coming to 1 lane, or the street up behind the Walgreens up across the light from us. No one stops at that stop sign. They just barrel right through and jump in front of the person, and that person honks and they give them the finger, and they race them at the light to get into from 2 lanes to 1 lane. No one signals. Maybe car manufacturers should get rid of the signals. We would probably have cheaper cars because we don't use the signals anyway. We need those signals so that there's no accidents, but people don't use them anyway. I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand why we don't care about anyone but ourselves. It makes me so angry. Terrorist attack 9/11 brought everyone together, united us in every single way. It's been a long time since that happened, thank God. But we're still back the same where we were. Like we're positive for a certain amount of time, and then we just go back to our normal ways. I would think our normal ways would be more of helping and being one with everyone in our community, in our land, in our country, than being against each other. I don't know if we got zapped at night by something, or did TV change us? Was there a subliminal message somewhere that changed us and made us all pissed off at everybody? I know there's people that come to where I live in the summertime, and which I'll talk about more in another show, but they come here and they party, and when they come here, they drive fast on the roads. They throw garbage out on the streets. They treat this place like just a party hole. And I could be more ruder what I wanted to say, because they treat us like a garbage can sometimes. They come here, they party, and yes, they bring revenue in, but they don't care about the place they're partying at. They don't reciprocate their, thank you for letting us party here. We're not going to throw garbage out on your streets or do crazy things or drive like idiots. And let me tell you, most of us drive like idiots. I don't know why, but most of us drive like idiots. I don't understand what that is. Maybe we're all secretly want to be NASCAR drivers and we're all in a big race. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we need to slow down, relax, think about the things that we want in life and how we want to be treated. And we should treat those people on how we want to be treated, not any people, all people. We should learn from our mistakes. We don't. We just keep going on being idiots. I just don't get it. Maybe in my mom's and my grandmother's time, I'm sure there was crime and things that went wrong, but it seemed like such a wholesome time, that people were kind to each other and helped each other out and were there for each other. And maybe because there wasn't the technology and maybe we didn't have as much that we have today as in, inventions and new things. But I feel that it's killing us. I mean, we're killing our planet. We throw garbage out of the car. People smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke. I don't anymore, thank God. But if you smoke nowadays, you should be respectful to the person near you that doesn't smoke. But you're not. You still blow smoke near them. You still throw your cigarette butts on the street. Most cars have ashtrays and lighters, but no one uses them. They just throw them out. It reminds me of something one of my favorite comedians said during one of his albums that I have, Steve Martin. He used to say, always leave a litter bag in your car. If it gets filled up, just toss it out the window. And that's what we're doing. We're just not even getting a litter bag. We're just tossing things out the window. We don't care about our planet. I mean, I don't understand. I live near the ocean, and I see things in the ocean that people throw in the ocean. For what? Because they're too lazy. That's what it is. They're too lazy to get a garbage bag. They're too lazy to care about someone else. They're too lazy to do anything about it. Why are we doing this to us? Please, I need some feedback. I need people to help me understand. I need people to tell me what really pisses you off. These are just some of the things that pisses me off. In the next coming shows, I'm going to have interviews with some people, political people, people from radio stations that are friends of mine, people from that work in the movie business that are friends of mine, and I just want to talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about everything, any kind of shit that happens that pisses you off and pisses me off. That could be work shit. That could be travel shit. That could be news shit that you hear on the news that just you think it's true, but how do you know it's true? It's because they're reporting it to you. They could say anything to make you think that that's the way it is. Some people like certain people in the news. Some people don't like certain people. So what is real? What is not? You hear about all this fake news. What is it? We're going to talk about anything and everything that bothers you. I'm going to talk about people that I see on TV that absolutely make me happy. Because we're not going to just talk about shit that pisses me off. We're going to talk about shit that makes me happy. We're going to talk about people that do things that we need more of these people out there. Unfortunately, most of the show is about people that pisses me off because most people out there are negative. There's not a lot of positive people out there. Not that I've met, at least. And hopefully people will get back to me and say, I know some positive people because that's what I need to hear. And I want to talk about it. And I want you to think about things that bother you. And I want you to think about things that maybe I talked about tonight. And we'll go from there. So I would like to thank you for listening to me talk my shit and the shit that really pisses me off. I'd really like to thank, first thing, my wife Jill, because she is the love of my life. And she contributes to most of the shit that pisses me off. And she's also pissed off about a lot of shit that I hear about. And that helps me out. And I'd like to also say thank you to this woman that could be my sister, Rita Powers. She gave me some good pointers, and I love her forever. And I also want to thank Scotty B out there. He's one of our radio friends. He has a pissed off problem with people that drive in the fast lane and go slow. So you people in the slow lane, stay slow. You people that want to get in the fast lane and pass that person up and let Scotty in. Okay? If you have any questions or comments, and I hope people get back to me tonight, please email me at masterstrokeproductions@yahoo.com. That's all one word. masterstrokeproductions@yahoo.com. Master Stroke Productions. Tell me so I can discuss something that pisses you off on a show, or something that doesn't piss you off and makes you happy as all hell. Because I like to throw that in there too. Because we got to have negatives and positives and positives and negatives. Even if you just want me to shout out like a happy birthday or something. Let me know. I'd like to thank you once again. This show was produced by Master Stroke Productions because no one beats their stroke. Thank you. Have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Have a positive week. Bye.